eBay is flooded with these. They're all over the place, but if you know the right one to buy, you can make a small fortune messing in this area. Hey, it's Don. We're going to talk about an area that's pretty well flooded, but there's still a huge potential to make some good money in it. I'm talking about cups and saucers, all different types of cups and saucers. Now, I don't talk a whole lot about pottery and china, but I do still buy it. I only buy very specific items. I try to buy ones that are kind of tied to other genres that I'm into, niches, like transportation and things along that line. But I'll buy anything in the cup and saucer line as long as I know that there's some easy, quick money. I don't mess with much that's going to sit around. But if it sells quick and I can make some money, I will buy it. Let's look at some of those high dollar ones right now. Cups and saucers on eBay have been flooded over the last few years. When I first started selling on eBay, you could sell pretty much almost any cup and saucer for 10 or 15 bucks if you marketed it right, titled it right, and the whole works. Nowadays, there's probably hundreds of times more people selling those same things. So what I used to be able to sell for really good money or a good steady income has dropped to almost nothing unless you know which ones to buy. So that's the key to cups and saucers. Like the one I showed you, that's a transportation related item. I do extremely well with those. We also do extremely well buying the high-end ones. Even if we spend a heck of a lot more into it, I can usually get tenfold back on my investment on stuff like this. Now this one's a French brand one here, Severus I do believe it is. Obviously over $3,000 for just a cup and saucer. You'll see people that will buy up and spend a lot of money on a complete set just so they can split it up and sell cups and saucers individually and even more increase their money. You need to know which ones to buy, obviously. You need to know which ones, even out in the wild at an estate sale, thrift store, which ones are worth your time and investment. In this area, I don't buy much unless they're going to sell for some big money, a couple $100, just because many of the other ones below that value will sit for some time, depending, of course, on the brand, the design, and the whole works. Obviously, people buy these to complete sets, but a majority of people try to buy these so they can have part of a set. So they'll have many different cups and saucers. So excellent one here. Vintage is obviously best. Wu Shang Pu. This is a Chinese set here. Just an excellent design. They have the maker's mark up on the top here, as you can see. Very, very well orchestrated, in my opinion. This is a primo piece. It went for $1,500. So price is there on these things. Again, you just have to know what is what. Which ones will get you the money and which ones are flooded all across eBay. Now, Paragon's a name everybody should know. Their china goes for some incredibly insane money for the most part, and just fabulous pieces here across the board. They're well marked. They're not super old, but they're always selling for some good money, depending on the pattern, of course. And this is one of those that sells incredibly well. This set here went $1,350 for this one. Cup and saucer again. Now this is an Ainsley, which is another one of those excellent brand names to buy. And this one, in my opinion, is just spectacular in its appearance. It's very graphical of the butterfly with the chrysanthemum. Just an excellent example here. Pretty much on any type of material, this design would look incredible. It's almost too nice to eat off of or drink out of in my book here on this one. Ainsley is usually well marked. Let's see if we can find, yeah, here we go. And that is an Ainsley mark. Most of them look similar to that, if not nearly identical. I do grab up most of these intricate designs. Now, I've found Ainsley all over the place. Thrift stores, I found them many, many times. Estate sales, most definitely. Auctions, 100%. Church sales, for sure. Garage sales are kind of iffy, but all the other places I go, I can still stake out something like this. Now, this is a Paris piece. It's marked as Degati. I am not really familiar with that name. There is a script D on the bottom of the plate, and that is it. Either way, it's a very vintage piece. You can tell by looking at it. Intricate design, very nice either way around. Almost $1,000 for this one. The looks and appeal of the piece can help increase the value. There's many different types of cups and saucers that you will run into as well. Demi-tests, chocolate, cocoa, things like that also. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be a coffee cup and saucer. There's other uses for these materials. They all still fall under the cup and saucer category. Now here's a Coalport. This is a British piece. Has the crown with the Coalport mark on the bottom. This one's fairly spectacular. This one kind of reminds me of a flower petal in the back with the bloom on the front and the gilt shining out. Really nice piece here in all honesty. And this one went for $900 almost. Here's a Westhead and More, another very fine example here. It has a rope handle. The rope actually goes around the base area as well, as you can see. It kind of ties it in. Just a fine example here, $885. Now here's a jeweled one with raised paint all the way across it. Makes it look kind of like jewels. Either way you go, this is very, very nice. The color alone is just spectacular in my book, just the color scheme in general. I do like the green. It reminds me of jadeite, in all honesty. This one as well is another Coalport. You can see the Coalport mark right there. There's many different versions of this. This is one of the standardized ones. $798 for this one here. Here's another Paragon. This one went for $640. Same basic everything you see on them, the same basic Paragon mark. And this one's a Cabbage Rose. Cabbage Rose goes way back to the Victorian era. You'll find cards and artwork for Christmas even tied to red cabbage roses. Here's another example of another Coalport. Just fine example. Look at the detail, look at the quality, look at the gilt. Usually it's in fanciful colors like pinks and greens and golds. All of these sorts of things. The more ornate it is, the better they will usually sell for. Now this next one is an ES Prussia, which is a fairly common mark, but the painting, the design, the style is just incredible on this one here. Usually you will see it signed by someone who possibly painted the design by hand on these. These are just spectacular pieces here. Again, it's almost $600 for this one. Still, the gilt, the gold, just like I said, it's going to have similar looks, similar feels, regardless of the style and the pattern. Most of them you'll see have just incredibly fine detail as well. Now this one is from Minton, an extremely well-known old company. It's been around forever, and this is a Rococo style. That kind of describes the scroll work and the pattern-wise and the borders around a lot of the stuff you see on these cups. That can go for carvings and chairs, Rococo, and all of that sort of thing too. $540+ on this one. A very nice example. Minton in general will sell extremely well. These sorts, though, you're not going to have on the shelf very long at all. They will fly off. Pretty much all of these. Paragon as well, they will fly off the shelf, and that's why I mess with these more than anything else, because I don't have to sit on them. It's not a risk for them to get damaged or anything else like that sitting in storage. Now, as I said earlier, I do a lot in transportation-related items. Anything transportation, I have a solid, steady market for. I have people that routinely come to my store just to buy that sort of thing, so I can usually move them very quickly. Maybe even if others can't, I am able to for some items. Only, again, because I've been doing this for a very long time, and I have people that keep checking back. Now, this one here is from one of the Zeppelins. It's a DZR, the Zeppelin flights, which would be like the Graf Zeppelin or the Hindenburg. There were many Zeppelin flights. Zeppelins in general were a way for the rich and well-to-do to travel in style and, enjoy themselves. There was observation decks and the whole works. Very interesting piece. These do not show up very often at all. Most of these would have probably been destroyed decades and decades ago. You can see by the price, $3,500. It's a legit, it's well marked, it has everything you would want to have on something like this. Just an incredible piece of history. Let's see if we can look at the back mark a little better here. Again, everything you want to know, everything you would expect is right here on the back. It's just a perfect example. One of the best ones I've ever seen, in all honesty, hence the price. Now here's one from the Canadian Pacific Railway. Anything train related I will snag up because, again, it'll sell very quickly. I even use some specific sites that only sell train related items, and a lot of these sorts of things can be sold very, very quickly for some decent money. Look at the price on this one, $760. $50. This is a utilitarian item meant just to serve people on the train and the dining car. Just excellent example here. This is what I love. I really get excited when I find some of this stuff in the wild. Now here's a steamship related item here from the Andrea Doria, which was a ship that actually sank. It was a disaster. The ship went down as well. So $750. Now you could have bought these at the ship and probably at the docks at a gift shop. The ship made many voyages, so it wasn't just like a one-time thing for the ship. So there are some of these out there. And the last one here is one that I probably would have to keep if I ran into. This is from the White Star Line. This exact same pattern would have been on one of the decks of the Titanic. So just an excellent example here. There are buttons and uniform pieces and all of that for most of the transportation related items. So I know what to look for. And most of this sort will not have any markings to tell you the line itself or the ship. Now, these would have been universally used on any of the White Star lines at that time. So it could have been on the Olympic or the Titanic or any of the other ships of the line. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the Titanic. Now, there are others that you can tie almost specifically to some decks or some lounge areas in one of the specific ships, such as the Titanic. And those go for some insane amounts of money. As you can see, this one went for $624 in US currency. Just a fine example of this sort. But that's what I have for you today. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Shining bright, crystal castle. You put it together, she was sold separately. You can pretend. Magic things shine everywhere, cause it has a secret power. Lifted high on her throne, She-Ra saves the world alone. The fate of the world safe in Crystal Castle, princess of power. Crystal Castle, the source of all power. She-Ra dolls sold separately, new from Mattel.